How's it going, everyone? Welcome, welcome. Good to see you all here. Let me just turn this down a little bit. Don't want to be blasting that too loud. Yeah, welcome, everyone. Good to see everyone. Zulu, welcome. Edmund, how's it going, mate? Welcome. Yeah, guys, let's see who's here. If you're just tuning in, let's see who's here. Drop a like on the video and let's see who's here. Welcome, everyone. Zulu, W's, yeah. Let's see if we can catch another W on stream again today. Like I say, we do have some news today. We do have some news at 1:30, but like I say, we'll see. We'll see how that presents in the next, when's that? In 40 minutes. But yeah, good to see everyone here. Welcome, welcome. Yo, Ashton, how's it going, bro? Good to see you. Welcome. Ollie, welcome. Crazy volume, I'm staying out all day. Like I say, bro, react to the market. Afternoon, see you, buddy. Yeah, Raz, how's it going, bro? Good to see you. Nancy, good to see you too. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, well, guys, let's see who's here. Welcome to the stream. Phil, how's it going, mate? Yeah, welcome, Raz. Good to see you, man. Like I say, if you're just tuning in, as always, drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll start breaking gold down very shortly. Like I say, we'll do a fresh breakdown of this analysis. And I'll see, like I say, let me just put here really quickly. Let's put gold so people understand that I'm breaking gold down. So yeah, what I'm going to be looking for on gold, gold's had this big push down. Okay, look at the daily. The daily closed very bullish. Okay, the daily closed very bullish yesterday, taking liquidity of the lows. Yo, Tyler, how's it going, man? Welcome, welcome. And what I'm thinking is if the gold can start breaking back above some levels today, there's potential that it could continue higher. Okay, so yeah, gold right now, don't get me wrong, it looks like it's breaking structure to the downside. But look what gold's doing. Just scroll out and have a look what it's doing. It's just coming to retest some big levels of prior resistance and support. Look, support, support, acting as resistance, now again acting as support. So potentially, what I'm going to be looking for is if gold can start actually closing back above some levels, whether it, creates some resistance like this and then breaks above the level, then I'll look for the longs higher. Okay? So overall, I would like gold to start coming up and taking some of these highs out here. Can you see? There's some decent liquidity above to come and take. Now it's grab liquidity to the downside. I'm seeing, never hope, I'm seeing if gold wants to go and grab liquidity to the upside now. Okay? So if, gold can start, creating some sort of resistance, that would be decent. If it starts creating some resistance, then perfect. And it breaks above, then I'll look for buys higher. Okay? But what I really want to see now is gold create that range. Once it creates that range, I can then start looking at either opportunities of sells or buys. Okay? Yo, how's it going, guys? Yeah, I see you all in the YouTube chat. Welcome. Gold will rise tomorrow. Like I say, we'll see. I'm open to both sides here. I'm really open to both sides. So what I'm going to be looking for on gold is I am still open to downside. I am still open to downside for sure. Don't get me wrong. Okay? If gold breaks this level here of support and resistance, look, resistance, resistance, acting as support now. If we break below this prior resistance acting as support, I'm going to be looking for sells down. For now, if I'm going to be looking for buys, I'm going to have to start getting some clauses back above these levels at like 33, 38. You can see we've got some prior support and resistance here. So I need that closure above for the buys. Or if I'm going to be looking for sells, I'll need the closure below. So for now, I'm just using this range. The cleanest range we've got until price creates some more resistance. Once it creates more resistance, then I can change this level. But for now, with what I've got in front of me, I have to trade this range. Okay? Yeah, Messer, how's it going, everyone? Well, welcome, Messer. Edmund, welcome, mate. How's it going, Joe? Yeah, welcome, guys, welcome. Welcome to everyone on TikTok and YouTube. Hope everyone's good. If you've got any questions at all, guys, like always, drop a question in the comments. So yeah, like I say, gold just gave some decent half risk longs from here, but I was setting up for the stream, so I couldn't really take it. The 30 and the 15 set up for some nice half risk entries. Okay, let's look at Nasdaq really quickly. Nasdaq has just broke out of the range and taken liquidity. One sec. Look at this. Nasdaq's just broke out of the range and taken liquidity to the downside. So I'd need to wait. I'd need to wait for that 30 to close now. If this 30 can close nice and bearish in 4 minutes, then I'll take some downside into these lows. I'll take some sells into these lows. But for now, like I said, I need to wait for this 30 to close. It's just broke out of my range. This could reject and start pushing higher. Now it's taken liquidity. Good trades for everyone. Yeah, how's it going, Messer? I hope, like I say, we took a decent win yesterday in the US session, so hopefully the same again today on stream. But yeah, this is what I'm watching. As simple as it needs to be. As simple as it needs to be. Like I say, let's see how the hourly closes. Hourly could give me some half risk opportunities. All I really need to do now is just wait for that hourly to close in 3 minutes. Thoughts on gold? Is it still bearish or reversing? Well, gold, the day is bearish, but it doesn't mean that we can't start pushing bullish. Like, look at the overall. Look at the gold overall. Gold's just coming into a big level of support and resistance, look. Support, acting as support again to potentially push higher. That is something that I'm watching very closely, this level of support and prior resistance. So yeah, gold's bearish now, but if it starts breaking back above levels like this, there's nothing to say it can't continue higher. Okay? There's nothing to say that. Yeah, welcome everyone, guys, as well. If you're on TikTok here, head over to my YouTube to watch the full screen. Joe Trades on YouTube. Head over to the YouTube, Joe Trades, and you can watch me trade live on a full screen if you want. So yeah, that's as simple as it needs to be for gold. Within this big range of support and resistance. Breaks above, I'll be happy for buys. Yeah. Breaks above would be nice for buys. And Nasdaq is breaking out and taking liquidity. Yeah, Nasdaq's just breaking out and taking lows. I mean, if this 15 can get back above the range, half risk buys are clean. Because we've just taken this liquidity to the left, you can see. So we've just taken this liquidity to the left. Now if it can get back above the range, I'd be happy to take some longs. That was the trade today. That half risk long. That were very clean. Swept liquidity, rejected levels. There's the push. Do I do crypto? No, I just trade. I day trade gold and Nasdaq. Yeah, day trade gold and Nasdaq. Levels and liquidity. I got 80 pips on EJ and 60 pips on GU. Beautiful, man. Good stuff. Yeah, I just trade gold, mate. I trade gold and Nasdaq. Yeah, this half risk was very nice. You know, you can see that this 15 rejected this level of prior support, look. Well, acting as support, prior resistance. Came into it, rejected it, took the liquidity. Now it's pushing higher. Very clean. Very, very clean. Guys, has anybody taken any positions today? Put it in the chat. Let's see. Anybody taking any positions? Are you up, down, break even? I've not taken anything just yet. I've been reading some trading view comments and most people's opinions. Yeah, so if this hourly closes bullish and bottom wicks, could we see a push higher pre-news? Potentially. Potentially. None for today, yeah, Phil. Me too, man. Me too, bro. Like I say, it's been a good week, to be honest with you, overall. To say it's been quite rangy and choppy. Expect that in August, guys. Expect less volume and more ranges. Oh, Tomo, nice work. Sunrise, I'm good, thanks. How are you? I'm good. Good to see you. Think there was a half risk at 6:45 this morning. Let's have a look. 6:45. Oh, yeah, that was a very nice half risk, man. Yeah, I saw that. The 30-minute half risk here, very clean. That's like a textbook half risk entry. Rejected the level. Closed bearish. We got in as people were getting stopped out. Reversed. Yo, Andy, welcome, mate. Welcome. Yes, a buy from 33.26 on gold. Go on, Dawn. Nice work. Right, all the way down here at this level of resistance. Nice. Very, very clean trade there. That you got in before the half risk on the 15 as well. You got a nice preempted move there. Clean. Took GJ buys during London session. Nice, Zulu, bro. You trade GJ as well. GJ can be clean. There's a few guys in the community mentorship who trade GJ. I personally just stick to gold. But there's a few who do trade GJ. Not many. But they do see some great results with GJ as well. Yeah, this level would be a good area. You know, if you are in the half risk from down here, this level here would be a great TP. 33, 37. You know, you've got like, you know, 29s. You look at a 90 tick trade there. Yeah, cheers for the follows, guys. Cheers for the follows. In from 33.30. Everyone's catching these longs as well. Nice one. Yeah, I'm going to be watching this 30. If the 30 can get back above this level here at 33, 37, I'm going to look for more upside. I'm going to look for more upside if it can close above. One on NAS 2. Nice. Let's have a look at NAS really quickly. Yeah, I'd be waiting for NAS now. I'd be waiting to see how this 15 closes. If this 15 can close back above the range after taking liquidity, then I'd be open to NAS. NAS has just swept liquidity. I don't want to be looking for sells here as it's swept liquidity. You know, if I look for sells down here as it's swept liquidity, what could happen? Price could just reverse and take me out. I'm not risking selling as liquidity's been taken. I'm just going to wait for gold to break out to the upside now. Yeah, guys, nice one. If you haven't liked on the YouTube, drop a like on the YouTube live. Do appreciate it. Yeah, by the way, guys, anybody on TikTok here, if you want to see my full screen and my full execution, head over to my YouTube live, Joe Trades, the same as my TikTok name, and you can watch the full live there, okay? Well, my full screen, should I say. Bob, am I in the office right now? Yes, I am. I'm in my my new, well, not my new office. I've been in here for like 2 months now. But yeah. Yeah, I've been in this new office space for like 2 months. Yeah, TP hit. If you took the half risk, I'd have TP hit there. Teach me, teacher. Let's go. Let's go. Trade logic. Like I say, I missed this trade because I was setting up for the YouTube live, but it was a 15-minute half risk trade based off this level of prior resistance. Look, resistance, resistance. If you zoom in here now, what's it acting as? One sec, let me just focus this camera. Okay, good. What's it acting as now? It's acting as support at this level. So if it's acting as support at this level, okay, it's taken liquidity and closed bullish, rejecting the level. There's the push after it's rejected the level and taken liquidity. Simple as that. Very, very simple trade. but very, very effective. You know, these half risk trades here are very, very clean, and they work out a lot of the time now. Recently, within ranges, they've been working out a lot, and just playing out a lot of the time. Very, very clean. You know, especially when you're seeing like ranges on gold. You know, being able to take advantage of it. Nice, man. You've made some serious progress. I've been watching you since 400 subs. Legend. What a legend, mate. Seriously. Cheers, mate. I appreciate it. Like I say, we've hit like 1.5k subs on YouTube now. Almost, anyway. We're like 20 subs away. Like I say, guys, on YouTube, if you haven't already dropped a subscribe, let's hit 1.5k this week. That'd be great. Yeah. But yeah, appreciate it, Bob, man. Appreciate it. And yeah, like I say, we've starting to break above here now. So this hourly, I couldn't get in the hourly because there were no bottom wick. So like I say, I'm just going to wait for this closure above here now. Wait for the closure above 33.39. Let me just delete this off here. I'm not in this trade. I'm just marking it up for those who are in the half risk entry. Yes, Paul, how's it going, mate? Welcome. Welcome, mate. I know it's not trading related, but how do I tell my parents I don't want to go uni? At the end of the day, mate, like I say, for me, it was always a decision that I wanted. Like, I've all my life, I've never really done what people wanted me to do. Like, yeah, people want you to stay in a job that's comfortable, but I was always like, take a risk. You know, you can always, I know it sounds, you can always go back to a job. You can always get a job. You know, you can't always have the opportunity to be young and put time and effort into like a side hustle, whatever you want to do. I always thought of it that way. Like, if it failed, like, I can just go and get a job again. Like, that was always my thought process when going full-time in trading. Not just sub, you were trading. Yeah, I was trading out my home office. I had like a spare room. When I first started, like a year and a half ago. Yeah, I was in my home office. Now I've bought my own office. Yeah, making some moves. Well, not bought, like rented, but yeah, 6 months rent. I'm gonna move this range up a little bit from the 30. So it's a decent 30 range here. But yeah, that's the thing. Like, just don't care what people say, and don't care about what others think. If you want to do something, do it. Like, whatever it is, whether it's trading or something else. Like, I didn't really like. I listened to people. I didn't like just be rude about it. Like, someone can give me an opinion of what they want me to do, but it never impacted me at all. Like, if someone said, oh, you need to stay in your job, like, I say, okay, no worries. But I was always going to do what I wanted to do. Always. I never really listened and took on what other people want to say. And it works. At the end of the day, you do what you want to do because, like I say, it's your life. And you can always go and do something else if it fails. Where are you from? The UK, mate. The UK, near Manchester. We will need to watch the 30 on gold. Yeah, I'll be watching the 30 on gold here, mate. 30 closure, and then I can look for more upside here on gold. That's the plan. Let's have a look at Nasdaq really quickly. What is Nasdaq doing? Yeah, see, Nasdaq looks good as well, but I'd need the 30 on Nasdaq to close bearish here. So it's really the 30 on Nasdaq and gold. So either. Let's have a look how they both close. So if the 30 closes above here on gold, there's targets. And if the 30 closes here on Nasdaq, there's targets. So, like I say, I'm open to either Nasdaq or gold. Depends which is cleaner. Depends which gives me the best trade, really. Which gives me the best valid entry. Do you think people giving signals and scams is the reason? Yeah. The thing is, though, people always get into the signals. People always start with signals. And then after signals, they go, okay, I want to do this properly. And that's where, like, my community steps in and actually shows people the correct way. You know, like, a lot of people come from doing signals. TP smash now. Hey, Joe, Emmy, how's it going? Yeah, red news at 1:30. We've got red news in 19 minutes. We have got red news. Like I said, we've got the news here. Thursday today, 1:30. We've got unemployment claims. Always be aware of your news. Is your community paid? Yes, it is. Like I say, the amount of time that gets put into the mentorship and the community members it's well worth it. What's your next move? I'm looking for either a closure above here for buys on gold. Okay. On Nasdaq, I'm looking for sells below this range if it closes bearish. So either whatever gives me the best entry. Whatever gives me the best entry. Bob, no, I don't, mate. I don't know what that is, man. Yeah, I started on Telegram signal groups. I think most people do. Most people start with signal groups. And what will happen is they will, like, 99% of them lose. And what you'll see is people will either quit and give up after they've failed with signals, which I tell people all the time, signals don't work, but they never listen. So they'll either quit after they've failed, or they'll seek education and actually start learning a strategy. So there's two ways. Like, most people start with signals and sign up scams. But like, there's two ways that people go after it. They either give up and say trading's a scam, or they'll actually look for education. Because I'll tell you something, signals don't work. Like, show me one consistent trader for 2-3 years who's trading signals. If you can show me them, I'd be very surprised. But you definitely won't be able to show me any consistently profitable signal traders. And I don't mean profitable for 2 weeks. I don't mean profitable for 2 months. I mean 1 to 2 years of consistent results. There won't be any. You taking anything today, mate? No, nothing, Naz. What about you? Have you taken anything? Opinions on funded account challenges? They're great. They're great for scaling. Yeah, they're great for scaling. But just be aware of funded challenges. You can just lose as much as you would if you were trading your own account. Especially if you're getting like the instant accounts. So start small and scale. You know, start small and work your way up. Like, did I go straight into 150k instant accounts? No. When I first started with challenges, I was doing like 25, 50ks. And then I started getting a bit greedy with like 100ks, but that's when I was unprofitable. But you need, at the end of the day, regardless of what account you're using, you need a plan and you need a strategy. It's as simple as that. No plan, no strategy, it's not going to work. Starting to make some good progress. Great stuff, mate. Good to see. Good stuff, Edmund. How does getting a funded account work? Basically, you get a challenge. If you pass it, you'll start trading that account, which you can then get profit splits on. But I use these instant accounts with top one. I don't use funded challenges. Like I said, to me, I'd rather just go straight to working for payouts. Yeah, me too. I would have definitely taken these longs here on gold. If I was at the chart, not setting up for the stream, I'd have taken these here. Yeah, so are we closing above? The 30 club close above here. What's the hourly looking like? Hourly's not looking bad. What's Nasdaq saying? See, Nasdaq looks good here. I'm going to look for Nasdaq 30-minute sells. If this can close below the range, I'm going to be looking for Nasdaq to push further down. Talking about gold, guys, if you want to watch the full screen and understand what I'm looking at, go and check out my YouTube. I'm live on YouTube, full screens there, okay? Yeah, full screens on YouTube, guys. Joe Trades on YouTube, okay? Head over to there and you'll be able to watch my full screen. So gold drop without an entry. Just went for a walk. Nas, good stuff, man. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all, mate. So yeah, basically, just watching gold and Nasdaq here. Potential breakouts above this level are clean, but we have got news in 13 minutes, remember? We have got news in 13 minutes. Liquidity at 33.52. Yes, we do. We've got clear liquidity at 33.52, and that's what I'll be looking to trade into. If it breaks above, I'll be looking to trade into these targets. 33.52 and 33.46. That's all I do. Like, if there's nothing showing on the charts for like an hour, or gold just had like huge pushes, I'll simply just take a step back for an hour, and then I'll come back in an hour. And normally, within the hour, the charts look way better. Cheers for likes, Ashton, mate. Nice one. But yeah, that's the main focus here. I'm just going to be watching these closes. Some potential entries here if it closes above on gold and Nasdaq. So let's see. Mm. 33.45 incoming. Yeah, 33.45 is not a bad target, mate. That sort of structure and that liquidity, not a bad level at all. Yeah, welcome everyone. Welcome to the stream. Like I say, if you got any questions, feel free to put it in the comments. Whether you're watching on YouTube or you're watching on TikTok, you can stick a comment in the live and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. How do you learn to take profits and not get greedy? Because you need a strong trade management plan, mate. I've got a strict trade management plan that I stick to for every trade, okay? And it's the way I manage my trades is I will go break even and take partials at my first management point. And I've always got a management point for every trade that I take. It's as simple as that. As soon as it pushes into that first management point that might be like 20, 30 ticks away, then I will go and take partials or go break even. So whatever happens, if I've taken partials and I've gone break even, whatever happens to the trade, so what? If it hits my final TP, perfect. But that stops you from being greedy and it stops you from hoping because you've paid yourself and you've gone break even. So it's key for me to trade that way. Thoughts on Nas shorts? Yes, I'm going to be looking for Nasdaq shorts if it closes bearish here in 8 minutes. But we have got news. So I am going to see what the news does. And then I'm going to see if I can catch something. What time frame are you on? Yeah, this is the I'm flicking across the 15 and 30, mate. So, like I say, I'm gonna be on my on TikTok tomorrow. I'm gonna be on my normal screen, so it's not off my phone. So yeah. But yeah, 15 and 30 are the main time frames that I use. Seeing people make hundreds in trading whilst I make £20 is annoying. Don't be too focused on that, mate. You know, with time, that will come. You know, do you think I was always getting payouts like I do now? At the size that I do now? Not at all. Not at all. Did I get them as consistent as I do now? No way. But I wasn't focused on that because I knew the end goal was that. I knew that was the end goal. But what I was focused on was trading correctly. What I was focused on was trading my plan. And over time, the more payouts come, the bigger payouts come. With time and trading well and consistently, that comes naturally, okay? You know, you can force positions and say, I deserve more money, but you don't because you're not sticking to your plan forcing trades. It's as simple as that. So really, do you deserve them big payouts or that big money? Not at all, because you need to stick to your plan and you need to gain that consistency. Sunil, because that's not my strategy to use limit orders. I use stop orders in the market after breakouts. Like I say, I don't change my strategy based on how I feel. I simply just show up and trade it every single day. How's it going, Tucker? Welcome, mate. Yeah, just a big range here on gold after these moves. Like I said, we've got news in 6 minutes, so we'll see how that reacts. Guys, in the chat, let me know. Do you think news is going to push up or down in 7 minutes? What do you think gold's going to do? Get it in the chat. Do you think it's bullish or bearish on the news? What are your rules? My rules are basically wait for breakouts of ranges and trade with targets. What is the risk to reward I trade? It changes, mate. My risk to reward changes for every trade. Like my current risk to reward is 6.5 risk to reward, which is crazy. But that's just on these accounts for the last month. Yeah, 6.5 risk to reward on average for these accounts. But like I say, it's not always that. I'd say like 1.5 risk to reward average. No, I wait for the candle closes, Larry, mate. Yeah, I like to keep my trading as more confirmed as possible, and candle closes ensure it's more confirmed. Paul, bullish. Fair enough. Yeah, everyone's thinking it's going to push higher. There's a lot of liquidity to take out. There is a lot of liquidity to take out. look at that. Perfect rejection of the level as well. That's why we use ranges. Look at that. Support, resistance, acting as resistance, pushing down. Yo, Shani, how's it going? I wait for confirmations across support and resistance levels. Yeah, I wait for breakouts and trade into liquidity. I simply find a range and I trade into liquidity at either side. And it's like I say, I stay as open. I never trade with a bias. I stay open to both sides. Like, the market doesn't care about biases. I used to trade with a bias for so long. And I always used to be open. I only used to be open to one side of the market. As soon as I started exposing myself to either side, it changed the game completely. It literally changed the game. Hey, bro. Yeah, how's it going? Welcome, welcome. Yeah, welcome to the stream. Guys on YouTube, just let me finish up here on TikTok and I'll be back with you in 1 minute, okay? Just let me finish the TikTok live and I'll be back. Okay, guys, we're back. Welcome, welcome, we're back. Oh, okay, let's have a look at this. Hey, brother, I'm from India. How's it going, mate? Good to see you. Let's, what I'm going to do, we've got news in 2 minutes. So I'm just going to take all this analysis off my chart. We'll watch news play out. I think news maybe comes and spikes these lows and then pushes higher or lower. But let's see. Let's see. Let's see what news wants to do. Sorry, guys. I'm just getting the chat back up. Right, we're good. I think Nas has just smashed down, yeah. These laws are clean to take out. These laws are clean to come and get taken. So that's what I'm watching for. But if this 30 can close bullish and if this 30 can close bearish below this range on Nasdaq, I'll be looking for sells down. But I need to see what news does. Because look, we've got unemployment claims in 50 seconds. The market's going to move, guys. I expect it to move. Don't ruin your day trying to guess what news is going to do. And this is good for gold because it's a pullback. A pullback's creating ranges now. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Let's see what gold does on this news. We've got 8 seconds here. Okay, quick spike. I mean, if this news doesn't do much, I don't really like to trade news, but I might have a little sell stop into these lows. We have closed bearish. What did the hourly? Hourly's closing bearish, but there's not much of a top wick, which I am concerned about. You know, it could sort of push down and start flipping more bearish. What were the figures? Higher. Oh, no. Yeah, higher than expected. Yo, Ashton, how's it going, mate? Welcome to the stream. Could we come and sweep these laws down here? I mean, I don't like to trade around news too much. On the top one, you can't trade news. I think you can. Yeah, you can, mate, I think. I don't think there's any rules. I think it's just that 10-second rule. Who's... Ashton, I don't think it, mate. I don't think so. I've actually never... I don't trade news anyway. I don't trade before and after news anyway, so it probably won't affect me. But I think I don't think it matters too much, to be honest with you. I really do like these pushes down. See, if this doesn't do much, I'm going to have a sell stop in a second. Just to see if Nas wants to flip bearish and take out these laws. Probably like break even here and then let it push down further. I'll be using micros though. Oh, MNQ. Yeah, be looking for... I don't know about that, man. I haven't read that, to be honest. I haven't read that. But you can enter a trade from anywhere before news. You just can't enter during news or 5 minutes before. That's a new one to me. I thought they allowed... make sure you're looking at my top 1 futures and not the top 1 FX. Because that'll have a difference. That will have a difference. I mean, if this reflips bearish now, I don't mind sells. I don't mind sells. Yeah, gold, the same level applies on gold. I'm watching this range here for buys above. Nothing's changed here. Yeah, YouTube guys, let's smash 20 likes. If you've not already dropped a like on the video, make sure to drop a like. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. And yeah, if you got any questions, feel free to ask questions in the comments. Yeah, decent closure above here, depending on how it closes. What's the hourly looking like? Hourly could be nice if it closes back above this range. If the hourly can get a closure above here, I'll be looking for some buys. Yeah. Even, yeah, the hourly closure, which is in like 25 minutes. It'd be nice if the 15 took liquidity, but it hasn't. Let's try and grab another win as well. It'd be good to grab a win on stream like yesterday and the day before. Yeah, he probably read FX, mate. He probably read the FX one. Like I said, there's no rules on trading on top 1 futures. So yeah, I'm watching this sort of range on... Yeah, I'm watching this hourly closure on gold. I want this hourly to close strong, and then I can look for some longs. It's closing above that 33.40 level as well, which I wanted to close above in London. Not much going on here. I'm just going to wait for the hourly close, Martin. Hourly closure, bottom wick, maybe a wick fill. That's all I really need. You know, I only need like a little push like this. If I can catch that move, I'll be happy. You know, if it closes more bullish, I'll take them highs out for like 50, 60 ticks. But yeah, I'll see how this hourly closes because it's the 4 hourly closure as well. Look at the 4 hour. 4 hour is taking liquidity. Like I mentioned, reacted from this level to the downside. That's all I really need. That little push, you know, if it closes bullish and I just catch that little move there, that's fine. 60, 70 ticks is perfect. Yo, Humor, how's it going, mate? Welcome. Good to see you, mate. Good to see you. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, that's the main watch. The hourly closure here is the main watch for me right now. I mean, has it taken that liquidity? Maybe just... But the stronger it closes, it doesn't matter. The targets are still clear up here. The targets are still clear all the way up here. Do you trade any crypto? No, I don't, mate. I don't trade any crypto. I long-term invest crypto. You know, maybe like swing it for like a couple of years at a time. But I don't, you know, well, 6 months to a couple of years. But I don't day trade it. No, I don't day trade it. I day trade gold and Nasdaq. 33.45 level. Yeah, 33.45 is a level to watch out. But like I say, we've got a decent time until we close. You know, the hourly could close bullish like this, and then I just catch that move higher. You know, if I can even if I catch gold from there, it's still like 40 ticks. And for Nasdaq, I mean, I think Nasdaq's going to push lower. I mean, it could flip now. I just don't like how it hasn't created a top wick. 4 hours bearish. See how this 15 closes. 15 might confirm and then I can tech sells. Close at the top, Larry. Nice. Nice one, man. Good work. Yeah, I'm watching this level. Like I say, if the 15 rejects and closes bearish, I'll just take sells down. I'm open, really. I'm open to either possibility. You know, gold's had some big swings this morning. So it's like being open to both sides is key. Are you trading futures? Yes, I am. I'm executing on this futures chart and trading the gold spot chart. Like I say, you can trade whatever chart you want. I just like trading this. And like I say, when I trade personal accounts, I'll trade this chart. So, you know, if I'm trading a big size personal account with the gold spot chart, well, I'll execute them trades on here. And if I'm trading a futures prop firm, I'll simply just execute anything else on here. So it doesn't matter. Like I say, the chart forms the same. Like if you look at the GC here, like look at the 15-minute on both of these charts. They're exactly the same. There's no difference. The only difference is the price. But I disregard the price. I just execute. Simple as that. How do you get balance in trading? Can't even go to the gym now without looking at the charts between sets. Just switch off, mate. Just switch off. It's one of them, like, I like to, for me, to switch off at the gym, I like to do like a 30-minute run at the start, or like 30-minute cardio at the gym where I'm just not on my phone. Do I look at my phone and message people back at the gym? Yeah, I do. I'm not going to say I don't. But, you know, I don't, like I said, I'm not too bothered about that. I don't really look at the charts after my session. I'm just done with the day. You know? You know, it's kind of key to switch off as well. It is key to switch off for, you know, a couple of hours and do other things, whether that's go for a walk, go to the gym. You just gotta switch off after your session. You know, if you're working all day and then you do a couple of hours of trading, whether that's learning or your trading session after work, you know, after that two-hour session, it's 8 o'clock. Just switch off for an hour. Yeah. Thing is, I'm a level power lifter, so it's taking over my sessions. I mean, if it's taking over your sessions, mate, you know, just have strict hours that you trade, you know? Find a couple of hours that is good for you to trade. Find a strategy that's good for you to trade like a couple of hours a day, and then be done. You know, I'm not always trading the chart. I'm not always on the market. I trade a couple of hours in each session, I'm done. Simple as that. Right, I'm going to have a look at MNQ, and I'm going to start building a position down, I think. If it closes bearish, this candle, I'm going to start looking for some sells down. Based off this chart, it could be nice sells. We will see. I find gold moves slow in the like I say, you can see gold do nothing in London session. You know, people who trade just London wouldn't have taken much. There might have been a couple of valid trades in London, but there hasn't been any significant moves. You know, if you're trading gold and NQ, look at gold in the London session. It didn't really do much, but there was some valid trades. But that's the thing, like, you got to keep, you know, consistent with your sessions that you can trade. Okay? You got to keep consistent with the sessions that you can physically trade. You know, it's like, if you can trade the late US session, whether that's like 5 o'clock UK time till 8 o'clock UK time, well, that's your session. Just stay consistent with it. You will find trades. You know, just be patient and wait for your entries. Yeah, I'm just going to see how bearish this closes. If it closes bearish here, I'm going to be looking for some sells into these lows. Not a big position. Not a big position. Just based off this 15 closure here. And the 30 flipping bearish. And the hourly pushing down. I think it could have another stab lower. You know, and if it can start pushing further down, I can get break even and see if it wants to go further. Like I say, I'm trading this chart here. So I want to see it like top wick, and then I can look for the push down. Yeah, if I can get like a top wick, if I can get a top wick on this chart, I'll put the order in. Because I think that we could push up a little bit further and then flip down. Yeah, top wick on this, and I'll look for some pushes down. So basically, I'm going to be looking for some sells on Nasdaq. Something like this. Nasdaq, what are you doing to me? Yeah, that'll be nice. Nice break higher and then flip lower. If I don't get this 15, I'll simply just look for the hourly entry. Nasdaq's been thirsty for some more. Yeah, potentially. There's some good liquidity to the downside to take out. That's why I'm looking. That's why I like sells. That's like I really like sells. What's my thoughts on gold? I need gold to break out to the upside. You know, it's got 13 minutes. If it can get a closure above the range, I'll take some buys. You know, there's a lot of liquidity above still on gold. So if it can break above this range, then I'll look for buys. Oh, Nasdaq, what are you doing to me? What are you doing to me, mate? I'm going to watch gold. Yeah, hourly. I need an hourly break above because that'll be a 4-hour break above as well. 4 hours closing very nicely. 15-minute could close nicely too. Look at the hourly on Nasdaq. Took liquidity, just pushing down. I think it would just drop. We'll see. By the way, hi Joe. Yeah, how's it going, Lens? Welcome, mate. Welcome. I mean, I don't really care what Nazi's gonna do. Like, in the best light, I'm not saying this to sound like a dick. Like, I don't care what Nazi's going to do next week. You know, a lot of people are focused on what Naz could do in a week or next week. I just care what's in front of me now. You know, I think a lot of people struggle with trading because they're trying too much to, you know, think, oh, Nazi's going to come and take all this liquidity and then next week it's going to rebound. Like, I don't care what it does next week. I just care what it does in my session. Solely trade Naz, all good, man. Yeah, good to see what you think is going to happen. Just react, don't predict. Yeah, 100%. That's it. That's why I'm open to both sides on gold. Like, gold, if it rebroke this level, I'd be open to sells. But if it starts breaking back above levels, that's when I'm going to start looking for buys. Which it looks like it's going to start breaking above here. Yeah, guys, if you're liking the stream, make sure to drop a like and show some love. Like I say, if you're new to the channel, drop a subscribe. We're almost at 1,500 subscribers, which is insane. Insane stuff. But yeah, I appreciate everyone for tuning in. Like I say, if you've got any questions, feel free to let me know. And yeah, enjoy. Where am I from? I'm from the UK, mate, near Manchester. Yeah, near Manchester. Yeah, I'm not in this Nasdaq trade. I'm waiting for the hourly to close. Yeah, strong hourly closure. I'd be happy to take some sells. Top wick on the new hourly, push down. Because the 4 hourly is closing bullish. The daily looks like it could wick fill. I don't mind them sells. Yeah, guys, where's everyone tuning in? Where's everyone tuning in from? Drop a comment where you're all tuning in from. Let's see. You do trading full time? Yes, I do, mate. I'm a full time trader. I've been full time for quite a while now. I've been trading like 7, going on 8 years. You know, since I was like 18. So yeah, I've been in the markets a long time. I wasn't always successful, but yeah, I'm a lot more consistent now. Well, obviously I'm full time in trading, so. Hi Daniel, how's it going? Burned so many times with shorts, just lost my faith against the trend. That's why you need to start reacting, mate. I mean, if you trade based on one bias, you're gonna struggle. You know, I think a lot of people really do need to start, you know, stop trying to, you know, predict and guess huge moves in the market. And, you know, anybody who's got a bullish bias on Nasdaq, imagine buying here, buying here, buying here, buying here. And what's the market telling them? The market's telling them that it wants to push down. So they're just going to get burnt trying to buy stuff. Okay? They're trying to buy stuff, or they're trying to buy a market that is telling them that they're bullish. They're telling them that they're bearish, but the bias and the ego is saying, no, I'm going to be right on this bias. Okay? It doesn't make sense. What's my win rate? Let's have a look at this. Let's have a look at the win rate. 70% on this account. 76% on this account. That's like the last month. I've been trading these accounts for like 2 months now. So probably like 70% on average. I'm trading support and resistance breakouts, mate. I find levels in the market, support and resistance levels, and I trade breakouts of ranges. Yeah, touch wood, touch wood. It continues. But like I say, I took $7,000. I took $7,000 on 2 accounts payouts literally last week. So I took a good payout on these accounts. And I use prop firm accounts as a business. You know, I don't try to just like keep them forever. I simply use them as a business. So if I understand that I've taken $7,000 on 2 accounts in payouts, if I lose them, I'll simply just reinvest the money and aim to get another 2 to 3 payouts and just rinse and repeat. Okay? But yeah, like I say, all I do is show up and trade the plan. Like I say, guys, if you are interested in joining the Discord community mentorship, learn my full strategy, join all the private chats, daily Zoom sessions in the London session, okay? You can feel free to sign up. I'll just pin the link now, okay? I've just pinned the message, so if you want to join the Discord community and learn the full strategy, and get access to everything that you need to learn the full strategy and all the private chats with the members, live trading, everything. Like I say, you can sign up with that link. By the way, I'm from India. Nice one, man. Good to see you. Good to see you in the chat. What's currently happening on gold? An overview. Yeah, so gold, I'm waiting for this hourly to close above the range. If it closes above the range, this level, then I'd be interested in buys. Okay? I'd be interested in buys. I'm going to see if Nasdaq can close bearish here. If Nasdaq can close bearish, I'll take some sells. So it's all on this closure in 4 minutes. Oh, nice, Nate. I've just seen that half risk in the chart. Very good stuff. Perfect trade there, bro. See what gold is doing here. Yes, if our top wick here, I'll look for pushes down. 4 hourly too. Yeah, 4 hourly is looking clean. And I like the daily to come and wick fill all the way down here if it wants to. Could see a big push down on Nas, to be fair. In 3 minutes, though, like I said, I need to see a top wick and flip down. We'll see. We'll see. We've got 2.5 minutes. Like I said, I'm only going to be using micros just because I don't really like the fact that it's got no top wick on the hourly. But like I said, I'll use 10, 15 micros, try and take this further down. Do you have an Instagram or Facebook? Yes, I do. I have Instagram, mate. Just put in... One sec, I'll do it. The bot will put the link in for my Instagram now, so I've just put in... the link will go in there for my Instagram. Yeah, that's my Instagram, guys. The bot's just put the link in. If you want to go and follow the Insta, feel free to go and drop the Insta a follow. I've only just started really posting on Instagram, so... Yeah, it's kind of a new account, kind of. Right. Guys, I'll be back in 2 minutes. I'm just going to go and fill my water up. Okay, I'm just going to go fill my water up. I'll be back for this hourly closure. Okay? Alright, let's have a look at Nas here. Yeah, so if Nas can top wick, if Nas can give me like a top wick, I'll be looking for some sells. I don't want it to just instantly push down. Yeah. Yeah, the worst thing that Nas could do is just drop instantly. Not give me an entry. Back to work, so I don't need to get greedy. Yeah, man. Good stuff. Good stuff. See, that 15 entry on Nas, come on. Playing out, but... And Owl is just instantly pushing up. Only thing I can really do on gold is wait for a rejection of the level, maybe on the 15. If the 15 closes bearish, then I can take some sells. It's the only thing I can really do on gold. Nasdaq. It's a bit tough here. It's a bit tough. One more. Yeah, music, how's it going, mate? Welcome. Welcome. Yeah, so what I'm going to be waiting for is if gold can sort of reject this range and close bearish, I'll take some sells. Some liquidity to the downside. But is there any sort of like clean ranges? You know, the range on gold would be something like this, quite big. Not super, super clear. 4 hourly is just closed. Instantly pushing up either way, like... Just got onto Express funded. Oh, so you passed your combine. Nice. Pass your combine. Good work. Yeah, good work. Let's have a look at ES really quickly. We haven't had a look at ES. Yeah, it's taking them lows. Yeah, combine done. Beautiful. Good work, man. Good work. How long were you trading it for, mate? How long were you trading the combine for? Yeah, the only thing I'm really going to be watching is if gold can sort of reject this range on the 15. If gold can reject this level and close bearish, then I'll take some sells. Other than that, I was looking for Nasdaq sells, but it instantly just pushed down. Did it in 6 days. Great work, man. Great work. Yeah, gold has been a little bit choppy, but, I mean, it doesn't say there's not going to be any entries. There's still some potential on gold. Depending on how this, like, closure candle here on the 15. You know, if 15 closes bearish, I'll take some sells. Silver crazy. Yeah, let's have a look at silver. XAG. Wow, look at silver. What a push. We're at a big level. Yeah, look at silver. Same big level, look. Acting as support. Acting as support pushed away. Very, very... Look at that 4-hour close. Wow. That 4-hour close is very clean. Look at that. Very bullish. Took liquidity. Now pushing. Liquidity into liquidity. Same with gold. You trading Nasdaq today? Yeah, I will be, mate. If something sets up on Nasdaq, I will be. Something I'm going to watch on NAS is I'm just going to see how it reacts from this sort of structure here. If it can close bullish, rejecting some of this level, you know, there is some structure here. Prior support. I'm going to see how it rejects, because there could be a little pullback. There could be a little pullback, or if it continues breaking lower, then I could take some sells. August has been pure patience. Definitely, Ashton. That's the thing, like, August has been a great month overall. Very, very profitable for me. You know, I haven't changed. I don't change anything. All I do is stick to the plan. Could less setups come? Of course they could. August is known for being a little bit slower, and I expect less positions. But I'm doing nothing different. I'm trading the same plan, trading the same way, trading the strategy the same, and that's it. May I get less positions? Of course, but nothing changes. I'm from India. Nice. Well, welcome, man. Welcome. Yeah, welcome to the stream. And like I say, nothing changes for me ever. I just continue to trade the same plan the same way, and then it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what happens. Like, it's key. That is key with trading. Sorry, guys. Let me have a look. Yeah, September. The thing is, with August, a lot of people take holidays. You know, a lot of people who have the liquidity, like banks and stuff, a lot of them take holidays in August. So, like I say, are you going to have months in the year, you know, around December time where the market's a bit slower? Yeah. August. Yeah. But nothing changes for me. You know, nothing changes at all. I just continue to trade the strategy, the plan, and let it play out, you know. I'm gonna look at this 15 closure. Maybe I can take some buys off this sort of support level. Just some low risk buys on Nasdaq. Just up into like a little pullback. Just a little pullback maybe. Let's have a look. Could be risky, but I think it's clean. Yeah, I like this half risk off this support level. Support, acting as support. Bottom wick, I can look for some buys. What time frame do I usually use? 15 and 30, mate. Yeah, 15 and 30 mainly. Any fresh entries in Bitcoin? I don't trade Bitcoin, mate. I trade gold and Nasdaq. Yeah, gold and Nasdaq I day trade. I don't really do anything with Bitcoin. You know, I think gold could at least have a push into some structure. I'd be looking to trade into this high. I'd like for it to, you know, not gold, Nasdaq to push into some of this structure. Gold's not doing much. Nas might be faking out, potentially. Like I say, it's taking liquidity and it's rejecting this sort of structure. And it's even breaking above this level here as well. So, you know, it could bottom wick and push higher a little bit and then push more lower to take liquidity. I'll have to see. I'll have to see how this next candle opens. Because I don't need a big move. I only need, say, this. All depends on this 15 closure, really. Yeah, good. You need to... That's good, mate. On the same ship. Nice one. That's good. That's good, Naz. You need weeks and months where it'll teach you patience. Because if you do it one time, you'll do it again. You know, once you've been through August once, the next time you'll be like, oh, I need to stay patient this month. It's just a lesson, man. It's just a lesson. But it's good. It's a good lesson. Like, have I taken less trades in August? Yes, I have. But have I made more profit than I did in July? Yes, I have. What's that telling me? Less trades is more. You know, more trade doesn't equal more profit. And stay profitable overall, only taking valid trades? Perfect. Perfect, mate. That's really good. That's what you want to see. That's what you want to see, man. You'll know next time, August, what to expect, and nothing will change for next time. You know, September turns around and you're starting to see way more entries. You'll be ready. Because you've stayed patient. Guys, how's everyone else found August so far? Profitable? Break even? Have you taken losses? Let me know. Yeah, Naz, it'll come. You know, give it another week or so when September warms up. It'll be fine. Like I say, we've got a bank holiday, haven't we, on Monday? So that's just one more day out of August. Ugh. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, 4 hour on Nas did close strong to the downside. And that's why I'm expecting more downside. But with the half risk entry, I'm just going to be looking for a little pullback. Go break even, tech partials. Let it do what it wants to do. If it wants to pull back more and push down, well, I'll just get out break even. You know, like I say, if it closes bearish, then I'll take some sells. But it doesn't look like it's going to. It's closing quite dodgy here. Break even, my favourite trick. Yeah, I like to go break even when it's needed. I don't just go break even because I'm scared of taking a loss. I go break even for a reason. You know, I go break even because it's at my first management point. You know, a lot of people use the break even wrong. They'll go break even when there's no need to go break even yet. Like, I'll break even at a point where price could reverse from. That's the key with it. My first session on a live feels like we're together on a roller coaster. All right, mate. How are you, Naeem? How's it going, bro? Good to see you. Welcome to the live again, mate. Vivek, can we go long on gold yet? Like I said, mate, I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'll tell you what I do. But I'm not going long just yet, personally. But like I say, these are all my trades that I take. Yeah, I'm gonna give gold till half past. You know, you tend to get some decent volume. So I'm gonna give it until half 2. See if it wants to break out. Because it could break out and confirm at the same time, then I can take some trades, but it's looking messy. Look at the 5. The 5's really messy on gold. You know, Nasdaq, I can only wait for like the next 30 candle. But let's have a look. What news have we got? Oh yeah, we've got some more news in 30 minutes. Yeah, it's a tough day to be a day trader trading US. Major news at 2:45. Yeah, we have. We've got 2 news events coming out in. We've got PMI coming out in 30 minutes. That's why gold's doing this as well. That's why gold's ranging. You know, pre-news, it's just ranging, chopping about. I trade Nasdaq mainly in the US session. I do trade it in the London as well for like 2 hours in London, 2 hours in US. Yeah. But I'm just going to wait for half 2 in 13 minutes to see if it wants to break out. Could still get a good breakout here. Guys, if you've not already, drop a like on the video. Let's crush 30 likes. Let's crush 30 likes, guys. If you haven't already, smash a like on the video. We need 5 likes to get to 30. We normally crush 30, guys, so let's do it. Yeah, or a closure below here, I'll look for sells on NAS. Because there's still liquidity down here to take. There's still targets down here. So if we do close below, I can take sells into these lows. So I'm still open. I'm still open to both sides here. Same with gold. Gold's like very messy here. Very, very wicky and messy. You took anything today? No, mate. No trades today. Tradeless. What about you, Mark? Have you taken much, mate? Yeah, the main watch for me is if Nasdaq can break below this zone, then I can look for sells. So I'm watching this range on now, right now for Nas. Could even push this down a little bit, like this. What is a 5 doing? If there were more targets, I'd be happy to take some longs here. Not worth it. Really not worth it. You know, if I were trading the 5 minute, you know, and it closed down here with some targets, I'd take some longs, but... Yeah, took a buy from 33.28. Done for the day. Beautiful, Mark. 33.28. Yeah, you took the half risk buys. You're crushing it, mate. You really are crushing it. It's good to see. You know, you're learning the. You're coming into the community. You're learning the strategy. Look at that. Bang. Great work, man. But yeah, we have got news in 10 minutes, 25 minutes. So probably just gonna wait for that to do its thing, and then yeah, I mean, to be fair, we've took some good trades on stream this week so far. Like 3 trades, 1 break even, 2 wins. So it's been good for US session this week on stream. Can't complain. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna head off. I've been on for an hour and 45 now. I'm gonna give the 15-minute candle closure here time to maybe close below this level, but it's just not doing. It's getting ready for news. We have got news in at 2:45, which is in 20 minutes. So you've got the US Open in 8 minutes, and then you've got news 15 minutes after. So I'm personally just gonna stay patient. I'm not gonna try and get into anything with too big of risk, and I'm gonna take this over to the Discord community, and I'll trade the rest of the sessions after the news with the community. Okay, so like I say, if you are new to the YouTube, I'll check back in tomorrow, be live again, same time. But make sure you subscribe, drop a like on the video, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. If you've got any questions, like I say, I'll be back on tomorrow. But if you are in the community, I'll see you there. We can trade the rest of the day in the community. And yeah, check back tomorrow, guys, same time. Trade safe. Peace out. Bye-bye.